Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Mike, and welcome to TrendSpider Live. Today, we are going live for earnings, of course, as we always tend to do. Today, we got a big list of earnings, actually. I'll go down to my earnings list for the day here. We got all of these 12 names, I believe. The biggest one probably being ASTS. And then we got OUST, we got Archer Aviation, we got Big Bear AI, got Riot, which is a crypto mining stock, QUBT, Plug, tons of different names out here that are going to be reporting earnings today. So welcome. If you guys are in the audience, go ahead and let me know down in the chat below. Let me know what you guys are watching. I'm trying to see here. Apparently X is not live. Let me try to redo that. There we go. But yeah, let me know if you guys are out there and what you guys are watching for today. Again, we'll be watching these earnings names. And yeah, I got a pretty sick new dashboard to show you guys as well. If you guys didn't notice, I'm not on my normal setup. I got a dashboard built out for these lives. I will be flicking back to the regular charts, but I thought this would be really cool to show off. Mainly because I don't have to switch through and go to stock market maps and all the other things that I normally am doing on the regular. I'll kind of break it all down for you guys. At the top here, I got a set of 4 charts and a couple scanners right here on my left. I got an orb trading scanner. I got the CanSlim scan. All right here, and I can just refresh these scans anytime I want by clicking right there. But yeah, as you can see, I have the ES futures charted at my top left, and also ASTS, which, by the way, I have our new orb indicator on my charts. You can see ASTS did trigger a long 15-minute orb trade, and it looks like it's actually hitting the first profit target right now, the 1R. So that's really cool. And also ES did today as well. You see you got the long signal right here, and then you would have hit 1R profit target right around, like 8:30 or so, it looks like. So definitely be sure to check out those orb tools if you guys haven't already, because it makes it incredibly easy, especially if you're already trading the opening range breakouts to, easily access them. So that's really cool. I can give you guys a link to them. Let me find it real quick. Thought I had it ready, but let me see. Yeah, let me know what you guys are watching. Another thing I have built in here is the stock market maps and a heat map, as you can see right there. So as you can see on the left side, I have the bubble chart, which is showing the top movers for the last 7 days and the last 30 days, well, based on sectors, that is. And as you can see here, over the last 7 days, silver is in the lead, followed by energy and gold. So pretty wild open today, by the way, you guys. 1 second here. Let me get this orb trading strategy collection link so I can drop it in the chat for you guys. There you go. There's the orb stuff right there. But as you can see here on my sector map, silver is leading. And then what else we got? We got utilities also doing pretty good as well over the last 7 days. And actually losing over the last 7 days, we got semiconductors, the SMH ETF, and then retail, consumer discretionary, some tech. So clearly, you guys, all the money right now is flowing into essentially inflation hedge assets such as metals and energy. So you can see those pretty clearly right over there. What do I expect of ASTS Q4? I was actually about to run a prompt to go ahead and analyze that for us. So let's go ahead and do that. By the way, what is going on? Dads, whatever your name is, welcome to the stream. Here we got ASTS on the regular chart, as you can see. And what I'm going to do, Das, whatever your name is, are you on TrendSpider already? Or is this your first time just tuning in? Because if you're not, would highly recommend checking it out. And if you do check out TrendSpider, definitely be sure to use Sidekick, because that's what I'm using right now to actually analyze the upcoming ASTS earnings for us. and it's going to break everything down. As you can see, I have the chart here on the left and my AI little bot over here on the right, which is all built into the platform. But yeah, if we start from the top-down analysis of ASTS, I mean, it's trending really nicely. I believe this is the 20-week SMA now on the chart. It's been holding above it really nicely. But yeah, welcome. Glad to have you here. But let's see what AI has to say about the earnings. So as you can see here, for one, this is what ASTS does. They build the first space-based cellular broadband network accessible directly by standard smartphones. And they're expecting an EPS of negative 0.19. And then looks like 41.2 million. Let's see what else. You got a few recent news highlights that are in the books. Looks like on February 23rd, they got a $30 million government contract, which is really cool. Looks like $1 billion in convertible notes on February 17th. Let's take a look at February 17th on the chart and see how price reacted to that. February 17th. So yeah, as you can see, it kind of gapped down actually before that. On the 17th itself, wasn't anything too crazy. But let's see. Yeah, so the overall take here is a hold, not a buy, not a sell. It says too early for a buy recommendation before earnings. But if you're already in it, AI is saying, you know, maybe okay to hold. It says the company has validated tech and secured blue chip partners, but faces massive execution risk and cash burn. And here's what it's saying to watch out for with these Q4 results. 1, revenue trajectory, of course. 2, satellite production / launch timeline updates. Cash runway post a $1 billion raise. And it's saying if commercial service rollout accelerates in 2026, it could be a good play. But if delays emerge, the dilution risk is high. So high risk, high reward play. Of course, I'm sure everyone knows that about the stock. It's been a pretty high flyer of a company. Get that set up properly. But yeah, I mean, if you look at back on the weekly chart here, yes, you should. Let me double check, but we usually offer a trial. Our offers do switch here and there. Well, let me double check to see. Yeah, so right now you can get a 14-day trial for as low as $19. So you can just go ahead and go to TrendSpider.com, or you can just use the link I'm dropping for you in the chat to check it out. So absolutely, it's not a free trial, but you can test out the platform for as low as $19 for 14 days. So up to you if you want to go ahead and try that out, but I do recommend it, especially for Sidekick, because you do get some free messages in there. If you do go ahead and try it out, use the contact us button. If you need any help setting stuff up, we have an amazing customer support team. Yeah, I mean, compared to Benzinga, I'm pretty sure TrendSpider is way better. I'm not even sure what Benzinga offers other than like news, but we actually have Benzinga's news desk, their premium news desk, built into the TrendSpider news feed. So you will get access to some of Benzinga's stuff through TrendSpider, as you can see right here on my news feed with ASTS. And actually something I wanted to show you guys as well on the live dashboard over here is our, of course, Benzinga newsfeed, plus all the other news feeds that we have. You can see it's not just Benzinga News Desk, but we have some other stuff as well, a lot of premium news feeds. Right now, I actually have all these news articles filtered to the tickers of the day that are reporting earnings. And all I'm going to do right now is on this news panel, click the AI button, and it's actually going to summarize all the news of all of the recent news of the companies reporting earnings for me right now, just by clicking that button really quick. But yeah, as you can see here, the 7-day calendar change. Silver is in the lead with gold, utilities, and energy. XLP, consumer staples, hanging in there. Healthcare hanging in there as well. And stuff down, as you can see, XRT, financials, tech, and actually SPY SPY is basically flat, but a little bit down over the last 7 days, which is interesting. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, you guys. And here's a full breakdown of all the news of all the companies reporting earnings in just a few minutes. At this point, we got 5 minutes until the bell rings. If you guys haven't already, be sure to like this video and subscribe. Would greatly appreciate it. I've been of any use at all to you today so far. But let's go ahead and take a look at all this different news. So again, ASTS is mentioning that partnership announcements again. Orange partnership, direct-to-device tech in Romania. Let's see, we got BBAI under pressure. Looks like there is recent partnerships with Macta, Cargo Seer acquisition under scrutiny. It looks like Hunterbrook Media issued a critical report and shares fell sharply. Let's take a look at BBAI there. Yeah, there's a lot of tutorials and trainings available for utilizing the features. You can actually go to our YouTube, which you're on right now, and there's a tutorial playlist that I've been adding to recently. And then also, let me link to the section on our website that has all that stuff. Let me go ahead and find it. But yes, there is I would recommend going onto the YouTube and just looking at that playlist called tutorial videos right in the front. And there's also a lot of stuff on the TrendSpider University, which I just threw in the chat for you as well. So definitely be sure to check those out. But I'd highly recommend using Contact Us right here more than anything, because, I don't know how you trade. If you want to show me how you trade or what you use the platforms you use for in the markets, I can show you some stuff. Absolutely. But yeah, you can book a 15-minute call with our customer support directly to help you get it set up for the first time as well here. But feel free also to ask me any questions you have. We'll just be hanging out here watching the earnings together on the platform. So you'll probably learn a lot just from sitting here watching me do stuff. Here on the dashboard, I have the 1-minute charts pulled up of the 4 top stocks reporting earnings today. ASTS, BBAI, CRDO, and ACHR are the ones I have there. So we'll tune back there in just a second. Also have a ton of other stuff on here, you guys. I threw on CNBC recommendations. Gotta love that. I threw on, analyst estimates, insider trading, institutional trades. We also have Congress trading you can use. Let's keep looking at some of these news feeds here. So BBI under pressure, Plug. Let's see. High beta name suffering from macro. Riot, Bitcoin, and AI pivot. Let's actually take a look at some of these charts. I want to see Riot and a few of these other names on my big chart. Let's first take a look at maybe Riot here, which is highly tied to the price of Bitcoin, by the way. But as you can see, Riot on the daily chart is somewhat holding up here. Honestly, it looks a little bit maybe better than the actual Bitcoin price itself, sort of. Not really actually at all, but recently. And you say intraday and swing trading options on equities and futures for speculative directional power momentum moves. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different ways to use the platform. I'd highly recommend looking into the market scanner if I were you. Depending on how you swing trade, you can use various ways in the scanner. Like, for example, you have an orb scanner that you could use. I actually have it on my other dashboard over here. I don't know if you're familiar with the orb strategy at all, but we do have a fully built-in orb indicator that you can import. Essentially, what I have here on my chart is the 15-minute opening range, which is these two lines. And once it breaks above that 15-minute opening range, you could go long and then set your price target at like 1R or 2R. That might be a good way to use, options and whatnot. And then our real-time scanner can actually go ahead and find stuff with these breakouts in real time. So that's something maybe to take a look at. But whoops, let me go down here, replot some of these tickers. ASTS, Riot. Let's throw on ACHR. This ACHR. And what are the stocks that you guys are most interested in? I am curious going into here. I'll put it on Big Bear AI as well. But yeah, the bell just rang, you guys, just a second ago. So we should get some nice movements here any second now. We'll be refreshing the news feed using this button. And once these earnings start actually coming out, we should be able to see them all right here in our news feed about everything that is going on. Let's see. Not seeing a ton of movement quite yet on these 4 names that I have here. And this one's 1-minute chart is kind of disgusting. So is Archer, the smaller cap names, a little bit less liquid, I guess you could say. I am using Rock Reagan's after hours change percent indicator, which is going to help us actually see how much these stocks are moving in the after hours session. Oh, whoops. I don't know, that should have been ASTS. There we go. But yeah, ASTS is down about 1% since the market closed so far. This is right over this way. Not a whole lot of movement otherwise. Let's see. So OUST is reporting today. That's another interesting one. It's up 10% OUST on the day. It's like Plug is up 5%. Let's go ahead and check out Plug. Ooh, yeah, Plug up 7% in the after hours session. ASTS just recouped all of its losses and it's coming back up. That's amazing. Love to hear that you're going to be doing more R&D on the 14-day trial. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Stock pivot, the market is closed. Well, the after hour session is going on, which we see Plug right now absolutely ripping up 10%. Got ASTS only up 0.5% in the after hour session. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the stream. If you haven't yet, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the TrendSpider YouTube channel so we can continue doing this for you guys for absolutely no cost at all. And let me see what time these earnings are actually expected to come out. But again, so far we're seeing the biggest new move, I think, on Plug. Let's check out OUST real quick. OUST is up 2.7% in the after hours session. When is AST reporting? They should have reported really already. CRDO, yeah, we'll take a look at CRDO. So somebody in the chat is in ASTS for 23 bucks a share. That is incredible. Congrats on your 4x trade right there, 3x, 4x. CRDO is only down 0.6% in the after hours session. Let's see on my watch list, is anything else picking up? QUBT, let's take a look at Archer as well. Yeah, Archer's there, it's not moving yet. QUBT might be moving. Yeah, QUBT reported today, or will report shortly, and is up 4% in the after hours session. Yeah, we are using the TrendSpider platform for this, you guys, if you guys aren't aware. So be sure to check out the platform. You can go ahead and get a 14-day trial at TrendSpider.com. That's TREND spider.com. We have our beautiful dashboard here of everything going on. You can see the news feed. It looks like Plug, Q4 EPS missed, and then sales beat. So half beat there on Plug. And of course, it's up 7%, as a half beat should be, right? And CRDO now down 5%. Got QBT continuing on up 6% now. And at the very least, you guys, we do send out a free weekly market newsletter. I'm dropping a link to it in the chat below right now. Make sure to go check that out and sign up. It is completely free. Send you guys a weekly market update to your email every single week. Somebody said BBAI is moving. Let's take a look at BBAI. Yeah, it's up 3% in the after hours session, a pretty solid move there. And in just a moment here, we will go ahead and analyze these earnings as they're coming out. So far, I'm just seeing Plug in my news feed for the moment, which again is powered by Benzinga and several other sources, not just Benzinga. That's just one of the premium news feeds we offer here on the platform. What else do we guys? Anything moving? So MDB, I believe, is reporting today, and it looks like they're down pretty good. Yeah, oof. MDB is down 13% on the day. Tough one for MDB. And keep refreshing our news widget here. Yeah, Mongo down bad. That is what MDB, Mongo down bad. That's a good one. Actually pretty brutal. And I'm seeing a ton of you guys tune in right now. Let me know in the chat down below what you guys are watching today. I am curious. Obviously, we're watching all the earnings, but which stock specifically are you guys watching? QUBT just reported EPS beat and then sales miss. So QUBT beat EPS but missed on sales. A lot of you guys for BBAI, I see. ASTS, BBAI, CRDO definitely reported earnings. I'll take a look at those in a second. I do not see them on our newsfeed yet, but it's down 8%. ASTS is up really nothing. It's up 0.5%. And BBAI up 3%. And for of you guys that are trading those, what are you guys trading exactly? Are you guys trading options? Are you just long investors? Somebody said Archer is dead. Wow. So is CRDO, now down 13%. MDB down bad, minus 20%, as you can see here on my chart. Absolutely insane. Where is Archer? ACHR is only down 0.5% from I am seeing. CRDO absolutely cooked. Archer, Aviation. Yeah, Archer's down 6%. Yeah, not terrible. Down 6%. Could be MDB down 20%. But still not a lot of movement on ASTS yet. It's like ASAN just reported as well. Getting a lot of stuff coming in here. Archer, EPS miss. Wow, double miss on Archer. EPS missed at negative 26 cents, missing the 24-cent estimate. And then sales missed as well. So double miss on Archer. That's not what you want to see as a early stage company, of course. Guys, I'm actually not seeing a whole lot on ASTS quite yet. Let me flick over to my other setup here. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys subscribe, because I'm going to be going live for the next 3 days, and I got a couple guests coming on with me as well for the week. But yeah, ASTS, I'm not really seeing anything so far. And we'll check BBAI as well. And if it does happen, yeah, no, nothing in BBAI, CRDO. Here, we'll go ahead and analyze CRDO. That is the one that I'm seeing that is actually out for sure in our news feed. So I'm just putting in this nice little sidekick prompt here, telling it to analyze the CRDO earnings for us. Incredibly easy. And we're going to find out why CRDO is currently down to 12.69%. That is absolutely brutal. As you can see here on the daily chart, it is coming up to this line, which I'm not even sure what that was. I guess it was just the bottom of that. But it's coming down to more support, I would say. We're going to ask Sidekick AI to tell us exactly what is going on with these earnings, and we'll get them in just a second. For CRDO, so dash, here we go. Here's your CRDO breakdown from TrendSpider Sidekick AI. It's a fabulous, for one, it's a fabulous semiconductor innovator. Very cool, very cool. EPS came in. So it's a double beat. As you can see here, these green bars are the actual numbers that were reported. Looks like EPS came in at 1.07 versus the 84-cent estimate. 27% beat year over year, 328%. Wow. Revenue came in with a 4.8% beat, 200% year over year growth. So killed it. It looks like forward guidance was above estimates, which is great. And Sidekick is giving it a long/buy rating, which is very nice to see. However, wow, CRDO on this amazing earnings announcement, they're down 12%, you guys. So yeah, that just, great earnings. Look at this beautiful revenue growth chart on my right side, my reports tab here. Absolutely killed it on earnings, and they're down 12% in the after hours session. So that is unfortunate. That is a bit unfortunate. BBAI, let's take a look at what's going on here. Once we get the numbers for BBAI, I will, of course, go ahead and analyze them, but they are up 1% in the after hours session. And I think BBAI and ASTS, let's take a look at ASTS again. Still not seeing numbers. And honestly, the stock doesn't look like it's seeing numbers either because it hasn't moved practically at all in this after hours session. Go back to our live dashboard. We got OUST earnings. Coming out. We did have Archer earnings coming out. If you guys wanted me to take a look at Archer, we can do that. But I really want to see ASTS and BBAI, which neither of them, I don't believe, have released their numbers yet because they're not really moving. I don't see anything in the news feed here. MDB, wow, that is brutal, man. Going a quick refresh over here. OUST, Ouster, Oyster, I don't know how to say that. You got a couple of different things. Looks like OUST, EPS beat, and sales beat. So a double beat on OUST. You can take a look at how that guy is setting up here. Yeah, we'll probably get a lot more numbers here in just 2 minutes, you guys. So make sure you stick around. But OUST up 22% in the after hours session. Wow. Take a look at the daily. Beautiful bounce here on OUST. That is including this earnings data. So OUST, congrats to you. Now it's up 16%. Yeah, and I guess ASTS was up about 10% just today, right? Let's take a look here at the daily. Yeah, very nice pop on ASTS intraday. Let's hope that continues in the after hours session when these earnings actually do get released here, probably in about a minute or so. Let me know what else you guys are seeing if I haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, while we wait, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because we're going to be doing the same thing for the rest of the week. And I'd love if you guys tuned in with us. Would be a good time. Here we go. BBAI coming down now, minus 4%. Got our live newsfeed set up over here. Let's see if anything has come out. Not seeing anything yet. CORZ, though, it looks like it released. I don't think anyone cares much about that, but it is down on the day. BBAI is tanking. It's down about 6% now. Man, TrendSpider just makes all this stuff so easy. I mean, I have all my charts right here. I have my news feed here. I don't know how you guys are trading without it, to be honest. Now it's down minus 10%. As you can see here in our after hours change custom indicator, MDB just continues lower, minus 22% on the day. OUST is up 17% now. Yeah, BBAI not looking that great. Now down minus 9%. Still waiting for a move on ASTS, though. Let's scroll up here again, you guys. You can see everything that's going on throughout the sectors in the market. Currently, silver and gold are leading over the last week, along with energy, of course, based on, I'm sure you guys saw the war news over the weekend that is causing oil and whatnot to increase. We'll take a look at oil probably in a second once these earnings are done. But wow, minus 9% now on BBAI. Do one more refresh here. Not doing great. It's usual on earnings. Unfortunate, but probably true. I don't really trade BBAI myself. However, yeah, I mean, just in general, the stock is not doing well. And I'm not seeing the numbers out yet, so I don't get too worried yet. They definitely are out somewhere, just waiting for the platform to go ahead and refresh them, which should be any second now. For everybody else just joining in, welcome in. I see you guys tuning in. Welcome to TrendSpider Live. We go live like this all the time. We'll be live for the rest of the week around the same time. So be sure to tune into tomorrow. And yeah, hit that like button and subscribe so you guys can keep tuning in because we are always live analyzing stuff in real time for you guys. That's zero cost to you. Ooh, BBAI is coming back up right now. Now it's only down about 1%, which is a hell of a lot better than minus 10%. Obviously, let's do a quick refresh on the data here. Getting a lot of data coming out. Looks like MongoDB fiscal year 2027 EPS is better than expected for forward guidance, which is great. On both quarter one and full fiscal year 2027. OUST is absolutely killing it, though, up 19% still. BBAI now down 5% in the after-hours session as well. What else? MDB's down, CRDO's down, but everything in between, nothing crazy. ASTS, we are patiently waiting for numbers, along with BBAI actually to be updated here. Let's take a look again. Yeah, still nothing on MDB or BBAI. Let me see if I can go ahead and refresh the data here again. Charts don't need refreshing. You don't need to do that for the charts, but sometimes the news feed with all this news coming out, I mean, look how much news came out for just these stocks in the last, 15 minutes, tons and tons of news. Plug is trading higher. Let's take a look at PLUG. Yeah, up 5% for Plug. but it's sort of got sold off right there for a second. Man, MDB minus 22%. And you guys are saying out there that BBAI is a miss. Unfortunate. Let me go back to my other screen over here. So we did already go ahead and analyze CRDO. I mean, CRDO absolutely killed it. So why'd it fall? Because the market's doing what the market does and selling off on amazing earnings. That's what I am seeing here. I mean, yeah, the CRDO, I mean, these earnings couldn't be much better. I mean, double beat, they beat revenue and EPS. You can see it beautifully here on the Sidekick AI chart that was generated. And, you know, forward guidance came in really nice. So, well, it says guidance came in slightly ahead, but in line. So there's no major upside surprise. So yeah, I don't know. CRDO is just, you know, pretty good earnings and they're down really good. There's not much else that you can speculate on other than that. Let's take a look at ASTS. Not seeing any movement at all on ASTS. BBAI down 5%. You know, BBAI, I think, was up pretty good today. I mean, you guys, it literally just gave up today's gains. I don't think much is going on other than it maybe priced in earnings already and then came right back down to where we started the morning. So, you know, sucks to see, but at the same time, it could be much worse than essentially flat on earnings. I think that's a win is if your stock that you're holding through earnings doesn't crater. You know, obviously, unless you're in puts, but yeah, BBAI still waiting for these damn numbers. It's like Archer says on track for piloted vertical takeoff and landing operations as part of the White House's eVTOL integration pilot program. That sounds pretty cool. Got Plug up 10%, BBAI down 6%, no movement whatsoever on ASTS still. Once we get all these numbers in, you guys, don't worry. You'll be the first to hear me say them as they go ahead and come out here. Wow, OUST, though. Absolutely killing it. It's OUST. 20% in the after-hours session. Yeah, Ibrahim, when the ASTS numbers come out, I can go ahead and shoot them in the chat for you. Maybe you can't even hear me, but sure. Here, let me chat back to you. By the way, goated for being in class, listening into my TrendSpider live. I absolutely love that. I guess you can't even hear me, but that's sick. That's what you should be doing in class, watching stonks. What are your overall opinions about the RKLB Q4 and fundamentals? Didn't RKLB already report? I believe I was live for that last week. I'll have to double check. It's not a stock that I personally watch a ton, but I can definitely go back and take a look at RKLB in a second here. I just really want to see ASTS numbers come out. So actually, I'm going to start a poll in the chat for you guys. I'm starting to poll vote yes or no. Does ASTS post a double earnings beat? So if you think ASTS is going to beat on EPS, and revenue, vote yes. And if you don't, if you think one of them misses or both of them misses, vote no. And while you're at it, while you're out there clicking buttons, hit that subscribe button. They did report. I just want to know your overall opinion of the company. Yeah, I mean, I don't really trade them. But let me go take a look at RKLB while we wait for ASTS anyway. And BBAI. RKLB. Yeah, I think everyone should care more about guidance, Michael. I agree, but RKLB, I mean, I'm not much of a fundamental guy. I do look at fundamentals. I mean, if I just take a baseline of what is going on here, fundamentally, I mean, the revenue growth is insane. It looks really good. Grew 35% year over year in their last earnings. EPS, of course, negative, which means they are not profitable, which could be a good and or a bad thing. But I think they're on track to do good EPS wise. The last couple of reports have been pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, from the chart perspective, they are definitely, to me, it looks like still in an uptrend. They're riding this 20-day SMA up. So I would just, watch an eye for key support levels and just, not try to not get caught in a stage 4 decline. It seems to be still in an uptrend overall. It's going to be a really volatile hold on the way up and down. There's a 50% decline there. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say if you're long, the revenue growth looks good. And overall, again, I'm no expert on Rocket Lab, but I would hold if it's still going to continue in this uptrend, and just be aware that you're going to face some large swings there. It is very new. It is very new. ASTS, let's take a look again. ASTS is kind of the same thing, kind of the same chart pattern as you guys are saying. It's very similar. Riding this 20-day SMA up, using it as support. As you can see, it ticks a little bit below that 20-day SMA here and there. But, as long as this, higher lows continues and it, continues putting these higher lows, the trend seems okay. Das, thank you so much for subscribing. Tune in for the next 3 days if you want. I'll be here doing the same stuff. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, very much similar price action on both of those names. Absolutely. BBAI. Did we get something on BBAI? Here we go. BBAI numbers are finally into our newsfeed. So instead of just reading them like a pleb, I'm just going to put them in AI. What was the ticker? It was BBAI. Because we have access to AI now, you guys. But let's see. Let's read them. Looks like Q4 EPS beat and sales missed. So we got now a half beat here on BBAI. EPS came in at -1 cent per share, beating the expectation of -6 cents, and sales missed by $6 million, nearly, about $6 million round the dot, actually. BBAI revenue, I mean, if you just look at this right here, what did they come in at? It said 27 million. Their last quarter is 33. That was a terrible revenue number on BBAI. Not exactly what you want to see there. BBAI, here we go. So EPS came in good. Oh, yeah, look at that revenue. Not great here on BBAI revenue-wise. No forward guidance has come in yet, at least from what I have seen. Recent news, consistent pattern of missing revenue throughout 2025. That's not the ideal. And a rare sell rating. Honestly, Sidekick AI is saying sell. It usually does not say sell, but BBAI is just, it's looking not good. Not good, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been trading, oh God, about 10 years, I think. Investing / trading. Started as a dividend investor back in when the hell did I start? Might have been 2014, 2016. I don't know. Yeah. Again, is Gary from Daily Stock Pick in the chats? What is up, by the way? Gary is saying accelerating is honestly, it's kind of tough to do with Sidekick. At least give you a hold. But yeah. Yeah, no, I'd agree. BBAI, you know, even if fundamentals suck, you still could make money in a stock, but I would look elsewhere personally than BBAI. He even has a hold on DJs. Yeah. ACHR, let's take a look there. Somebody asked about my top 3 tips for a beginner trader. I would say backtest, learn how to backtest, learn about technical analysis. I think that's top 2. Technical analysis, turn technical analysis into a backtest that you can run, and yeah, ignore the noise, honestly. Also, yeah, get the right tools, honestly. Before you can even do technical analysis or backtest, you got to get the right tool to do it. And of course, we're biased over here, but TrendSpider, you can do all of this. Yeah, I mean, fundamentals are great too. You do have to understand fundamentals as well, I will say. However, I also will say that analyzing fundamentals with Sidekick AI and just AI in general is it makes it a hell of a lot easier now. So that's why I think you can ask Sidekick about fundamentals and just focus more on charting. I would say focus on charting first, honestly, as a beginner trader. But of course, learn about both. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. But let's take a look at Archer here. We'll use Sidekick to go ahead and analyze ACHR. And also, tip number 4, subscribe to TrendSpider and follow us on X, because we honestly post some sick charts, give you guys a lot of free tools if you're on the platform already to go ahead and use. And we have an awesome, like, honestly, you can learn so much from our customer support and just tune into these lives and just listening in. Use AI to create your own course. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but we're going to take a look at Archer numbers here. Or Sidekick will do that, I should say. Is Weeble reporting tomorrow? That'll be a fun one. I should probably go ahead and know that. So let's see. Weeble is on March 4th. So 2 days on Weeble. So tune in live. I'll be live Monday through Thursday. Someone said ASTS reported. Not seeing it yet. Hold on. Let's analyze Archer real quick. Archer, we'll see here that EPS missed by 7% and revenue also missed. What? 300K versus 600,000? Is that for real? Wow. Yeah, that's a brutal miss on Archer. It came in at 50% less revenue than expected and missed on EPS. So pretty bad. Let's go back to ASTS. As they're saying the report, I'm still looking into this. Still waiting. Let's go back to my live dashboard over here. OUST still up 20%. So we got BBAI down 2%. Yeah, ASTS is literally flat, minus 1%. So I'm not sure you guys seen ASTS posted, but the stock ain't moving at all. And I am not seeing it yet, at least on my TrendSpider news feeds quite yet. I'm sure they're out. I'm sure they'll be out soon. Archer is an incredibly new company. They practically, I don't think they even had revenue. Well, they've had revenue for a bit, it seems. Wild all over the place revenue. Oh no, sorry, I was looking at ASTS. Archer. Yeah, this was their first quarter of even having revenue, you guys. So this is why I think charting too is probably a little bit better to learn, because like there's not much you can speculate on as far as Archer goes regarding fundamentals when they literally didn't even have revenue till today or this quarter, last quarter. Of course, you can look at EPS, how much cash they're burning, all that stuff. Very good to know. I'm not saying do not learn fundamentals. You definitely should, but I mean technicals. I think that's just where it's at. Let's see. What is this for? This is for Archer. It looks like they had a Starlink partnership announced. Very cool for Archer. Major revenue miss, though, of course. I think that Starlink deal just came in on February 27th, really. Again, this is for Archer, right? Yeah, Archer Starlink deal on the 27th. Let's take a look. Anything happened on the 27th? Not really at all, to be honest. Anything was down. Interesting stuff there on Archer. Pretty bad earnings overall. Double miss on Archer. ASTS is now down 2.59 for it's actually dropping pretty good, down 3% right now. We're at about a 50-50 for you guys on the ASTS poll. Just go ahead and end that. We got ASTS opened right here. So I'm saying minus 0.26 EPS. EPS miss, revenue beat. Here we go. So here's the numbers I am seeing. ASTS. Put them in the chat for that one dude that's sitting in class on TrendSpider Live, the GOAT. EPS minus 0.26 versus minus 0.15 estimate. ASTS rev came in, beat 54.305 million versus 41.105 million estimate. Yep, exactly what 07RKP said. ASTS, you got an EPS miss and a sales beat. Pretty nice sales beat. But again, missed on EPS. Did it come in? So yeah, this isn't up to date quite yet. Let's use Sidekick AI to go ahead and analyze ASTS for us now that they are finally out. And just with the quick prompt, you're going to get a beautiful, nice couple of charts from Sidekick AI for us. While we wait for that, let's go take a look at our live dashboard over here. See what's going on. Plug up 10%. We got OUST up 18. ASTS hanging in there on that earnings drop at minus 2.5%. AI sucks. That's a bold take. BBAI minus 1%. Yeah, BBAI did bounce. Now only down 1.7%. You guys are talking about some stuff in the chats. Wow, BBAI just went positive on the after hours session, just barely, which is nice to see if you're long BBAI, I suppose. Here's ASTS. So as you can see here, the estimate there in actual. So negative 0.26 per share, missing negative 0.15 since they're negative. And yeah, big miss. Even big miss year over year. Revenue, though, came in really good. You can see this is the one that we're looking at here. Quarter 4 came in at 54 million or so, beating this yellow dot estimate. Wow, that is a 2,700% growth. Apparently, got to take AI math with a grain of salt, but big revenue quarter for ASTS. That's a good growth sign for sure. Looks like key metrics are here. Here's the guidance. 50 to 75 million projected. Let me see their news feed. Not really seeing a whole lot of guidance, actually. Yeah, not seeing a lot of guidance. But let's see. Psychic gives ASTS a hold. They did report a major revenue beat, but an ugly EPS miss. But the verdict from Sidekick says too much execution risk for a buy despite the revenue beat. Keep in mind, this is mostly just based on fundamentals, but it is given a hold, not a buy, not a sell. Which is pretty common, but yeah, I mean, it has kind of lost its trend here on ASTS over a longer time frame. Well, on the weekly, it's actually hanging in there okay. You can see this 20-day SMA has been used as support a few times there. User ZM2, I love that. The only guidance you need is me. Goat. Absolute goat. Got to have you on the stream sometime. But what else are you guys watching out there? Is there anything that I missed that you guys want me to cover? We covered ASTS. Very nice revenue beat on ASTS, but EPS miss, of course. BBAI, let's take a look at that one, how that is going. Down about 2%, which, I'm pretty sure their earnings are pretty brutal. So I wouldn't be too upset if I was holding BBAI on that. However, earnings are pretty fucking bad. Not going to lie. Even got Sidekick to give a sell rating. SoFi. Yeah, SoFi is a cool one. When does that one report? Did they already report? SoFi is actually up 3% right now in after hours. I don't know what is going on with SoFi. But yeah, somebody's liking something in SoFi. Yeah, let's take a look at MDB and QUBT. Let's start with MDB because that shit is in the gutter right now, minus 23%. HIMS is up 14% today. Sheesh, I'll have to take a look at that as well. Here's the MDB numbers, though. First of all, I'll just look at this revenue chart. It looks fucking great. Same with revenue. And EPS doesn't look nearly as up and to the right, but, revenues looks really nice just from a quick glance here. Let's take a look at HIMS while we wait. Yeah, this looks honestly just like, I wouldn't say a dead cat bounce, but like, I mean, this shit can only go down every single day for so long. You can see it's happened a couple times, had a bounce on that day right before a gap down. It has these big green candles. They say the strongest green candles come in downtrends. Yeah, up 13.5% today on HIMS. Anyway, what were we analyzing? MDB. MDB here we got sitting at $250 on 23%. Here's the numbers. 13% EPS beat, and reported a double beat, yeah, on MDB. Now, let me double check here to make sure I'm reading this correctly, because this shit's down 23% on a double beat. Yep. Look at the forward guidance. That's really crucial. It looks like probably this is what's going on with MDB here. It's a quarter one fiscal year 2027 guidance is below estimate on a 4% miss. Full year beat and is in line essentially. I guess it's just the near-term quarter one guidance that's causing, this 24% decline. Yeah, exactly what it was. But Sidekick gives it a hold. So it might be a choppy next couple of months for MDB. Definitely will be. I mean, you have a 24% decline. Kind of got to expect that. I don't know. It's definitely a falling knife, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Going to be a tough hold. But, yeah, I don't know. Their earnings weren't that bad, honestly. Anyway, that's MongoDB. Let's take a look at all these other names. We got a ton of rest to go. QUBT was the next one we're going to take a look at. Let's go over to QUBT. First of all, they are down 3% QUBT. Man, has the market already been? It's already 146. That time flew by. I don't know about for you guys, but I feel like the market just closed like 2 seconds ago. I've been live for over an hour. Holy shit. Time really flies when you're using TrendSpider, right? Let's see. QBTS, someone said. This one did not report today, so this one actually reported last week pre-market. QBT, Quantum Computing Inc. Develops quantum computers. Operate at room temp. Cool. Let's take a look here. EPS actual 75% beat, came in at just -1 cent versus -4 cents. So big improvement year over year. Massive beat driven by derivative liability gain and improved operations. That sounds good. But yeah, a pretty big miss, I guess, here on revenue. Double check that. Yeah, big miss on revenue. 198K missing 332K. 40% miss, but apparently came in at 198K. Let's check out their previous. Yeah, their quarter 3 2025, they put in 384,000. But a big year-over-year gain, 219% year-over-year. That's pretty good. Recent news, IONQ crushed Q4. We'll take a look at that. It gives it a hold on QUBT. It says QUBT has superior tech and strong funding, but revenue is unpredictable. It's contract-driven, not recurring. But it's saying stock is speculative and wait for consistently quarterly revenue. But again, if you go ahead and wait for that and quantum end up does being a big thing and not just a bunch of hype like it's been so far, then you'll likely miss out on a lot of the gains. But, shit happens, I guess. Let's see. Plug power. We can take a look at PLUG. Let's go open PLUG. But yeah, I mean, QUBT on the chart, it looks disgusting to me. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's not something that I personally would get in. I mean, you got this little weird range down here. It's probably going to trade in. I mean, it's a downtrend, if anything. I really only trade uptrends. Guess you could call it a mean reversion. Maybe you're buying support. Maybe it goes to zero. But yeah, I mean, guess if you're a long-term investor and you do believe the company and the fundamentals, it's probably not the worst. I mean, you can use like something like the position tool to go ahead and see what your risk to reward is. What are they trading at? They're trading at 838 right now. Pretty much right where they close, really. Oops. Hey, there's a really cool position tool you can use here on TrendSpider. You just draw it there. See, maybe they go up, I don't know, back there. Maybe say your stop below that. I mean, it's a 51% stop. You might as well just hodl it, but that's still a 2R trade. Just barely. So, yeah. But let's look at PLUG. Plug. Plug is up 6% in the after hours session. Nah, yeah, I kind of, someone out there just said MDB drop makes sense, question mark. I mean, that amount of drop seems super overdone. I would probably agree with you that it looks pretty overdone. I mean, they had a double beat. I believe it's just the quarter one guidance, right? Yeah. Quarter one guidance was terrible. But I'd agree. I mean, that's pretty overdone. There must be something else under the scenes that maybe us retail noobs are not seeing. That's probably it. It's quarter one guidance. Here's Plug. And these guys are the hydrogen ecosystems, including fuel cells, hydrogen production, storage, and delivery. And here's their numbers. EPS came in at -63 versus the -10-cent estimate. That's a massive miss. Absolutely massive miss here. Man, that's bad. But a sales beat, we'll see that right here on the chart. Here's the sales. Revenue came in higher than expected and way over the last quarter, last year's quarter. Gives it a sell rating. Yeah, again, another sell rating here on Plug. Sidekick is not like it. Does not like it. It says the EPS miss is unacceptable. Reveals fundamental problems with cost structure despite the revenue beat. Burning cash at alarming rates. DOE loan suspension. Current lawsuit. CEO change during a critical turnaround phase. Raises serious red flags. Yeah, that's kind of a tough look there for PLUG, you guys. And yeah, it's quite clearly reflected in their stock price. However, it is up 6% on that insanely massive EPS miss. Guess because of the revenue beat. Did they report guidance? No, I didn't see any forward guidance. Let's double check the news feed here, though. It says it's trading higher after because of the revenue beat, but no real forward guidance. Cool. What else do you guys want to cover? Before you guys dip out, if you guys are dipping out, make sure you guys subscribe and like the video because I'll be live again tomorrow and the day after that, and then one more day after that. So be sure to tune in. What else? ACHR, I think we covered that. I'll cover ACHR again, which is again down 5%. Open this up. Yeah, we did cover Archer. Again, double miss. They missed EPS and revenue by quite a bit, which is essentially why they're down in the after hours session. Asana. We can take a look at Asana. Asana. Let's take a look. And yeah, we'll take a look at Riot as well. It's a good one. I'm actually curious. I'll take a look at ASAN first. Using good old TrendSpider Sidekick AI, of course. ASAN has forward guidance and some numbers here. Looks like they had an EPS beat. They had a double beat, just barely. Just a slight double beat. They're down 2.5% for ASAN. Ooh. Is this? Looks like Asana board authorized an additional $160 million for share buybacks. That's probably the best forward guidance / news that you guys could possibly see, honestly, is share buybacks. And ASAN did just report that. See what Sidekick has to say. It's still loading. We'll be here in a second. Here we go. Oh, did they just turn profitable? 8 cents versus negative 2 cent estimate? I'm seeing a 7 cent estimate. Maybe it's a different accounting method. Yeah, you missed ASTS, but I'll cover it in a second. I'll recover it for you. Yeah, revenue barely beat year over year by quite a bit. But the estimate just barely beat, which is good. Not bad. And then forward guidance, they had a lot. Looks like for Q1, they had a slight, like inline to revenue was, a slight miss. EPS was in line. But here's the fiscal year 2027 full year guidance, both in line, but still does imply 7 to 8% year over year growth, which apparently decelerated from 9% in 2026. So, I mean, it's okay forward guidance, but yeah, the share buybacks is easily the best news, probably out of all of this for ASAN. So, say overall decent report there on ASAN. Double beat, decent guidance, and a share buyback. That's really good, honestly. First, I'm going to do Riot because we have not covered that one at all yet. RIOT. That is the Bitcoin miner. Let's open up Riot here on my chart. Go to the 5-minute. And Riot, I mean, it's completely flat still. Huh. I'm actually not even seeing numbers out for Riot yet. Yeah, Riot, we're going to have to skip real quick. Yeah, I don't see the numbers quite yet. Maybe they're out, I don't know. But here's ASTS again, since I know a lot of you guys are probably looking at that one. So, yeah, revenue beat very nicely. And then EPS did miss. So EPS came in at negative 26 cents per share versus the negative 15 cents per share estimate. So good revenue, bad EPS on ASTS, essentially. And yeah, it gives it a hold rating here on Sidekick AI. That ugly EPS miss is not ideal, but the big revenue beat is solid. So I don't know. It's interesting. Just keep an eye on the charts for ASTS for sure. And maybe keep an eye on just the fact that it keeps making these higher lows. And if that continues, it should do all right. Just don't want to get caught in a nasty decline on this, which we easily could. TDUP. It's like a TDUP. I don't even know what this is. Teed up. Third up. I don't know. They're pretty much flat. But let's see their numbers here on our TrendSpider news feed. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are enjoying this analysis so far. I hope you guys are. But yeah, let's see. Teed up. Looks like EPS in line at negative 4 cents a share and a sales beat. So decent numbers. And the revenue estimate for Q1 is in line. fiscal year 26 is higher. So good forward guidance on ThreadUp. And yeah, decent overall numbers were reported as well. So I mean, it's pretty good. TDUP is not bad. EPS continues to get closer and closer to profitable. And revenue mostly growing. It's not the most beautiful revenue chart I've ever seen by any means at all. You can argue it's not growing at all, to be honest. But yeah, overall, I think it looks okay. Yeah, that was a lot of the names so far, you guys. People are asking about NBIS. I'm not 100% sure. These guys have not reported. I mean, yeah, they're going to keep chopping and consolidating. Right around, yeah. I mean, want to know my take on NBIS? It's watch 87 or around this area right here. Oh, shit. Because that is where, you know, previous all-time highs were and does now support. So I would say as long as it holds above, you know, this general area, as you can see, it's ticked out a lot of stops. The market loves to do that. It came right back up. So I wait for it to hold this level. It's actually not looking terrible on the chart, in my opinion. But also a pretty sketchy company in general. It's speculative for sure. What else were you guys saying? BE is interesting. BE looks great, actually. This is an energy company, Bloom Energy. Yeah, if Tushar Shandi was here, he'd probably be, let me put on, is my paraband indicator here? Of course it is. Actually, yeah, I mean, the trend is up on BE. So you just trail it and ride this guy up for BE for whoever asked about that. IONQ for a partial swing, says the hula girl. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a falling knife, but yeah, it could be a decent swing maybe. If you're a counter trend trader. But I think that's pretty much all the earnings, you guys. Let's go hit our live dashboard again and check out anything here that we might have missed. We got BBAI, we got covered ASTS, Plug, covered everything. Pretty productive live stream. News still coming in. It's like Plug got a correction. Let's double check Plug because it seems like false numbers were reported at first. Correction. So Plug, adjusted EPS at -6 cents, beats the 10-cent estimate. Sales at 225 beats 217. Not sure what it was before, but that is the proper numbers. So yeah, double beat on Plug. Very nice. Up 7%. And while we're at it, let's take a look at this live dashboard here. As you guys can see, energy is leading the charge for the last 7 days. Up 3.47%, even out beating out silver now. This is up 3.26, and gold. XLB is in there as well, along with consumer staples. It's definitely more of a risk-off type of market, ain't it? We got semiconductors down 2% over the last 7 days. Financials down, tech down, consumer discretionary. All, I guess risk-on sectors are down, and we got, stuff like utilities, industrials, gold, energy, all that stuff is going up. SPLY Yugo. This is all done on TrendSpider. TrendSpider. For anyone asking or wondering the same question, we are using TrendSpider. You can literally just go to TrendSpider.com here. And if you want to check out the product, you can explore the product there. or you can just tap Get Started Now and check it out. It's you can get a 14-day trial, 2-week trial for just $19 at the lowest, and test out the entire platform, for a very small amount. Highly recommend checking it out. I do all the analysis I do on these lives directly on our platform. I literally don't use anything else. There's nothing else that you really need, to be honest. Have this amazing dashboard here. We have everything from insider trading to institutional trades, Congress trading, multiple charts. You can do custom indicators. You can build strategies and trading bots. You can use sector rotations on the stock market map. You can scan. Our scanners are incredible. Highly recommend looking to scan. For example, I actually do want to take a look. You guys can honestly just find some amazing stocks just using our CanSlim scan right here. I mean, FN, I'm actually in this one personally. It's funny, this is up here on the scan. The CanSlim scan, there's a lot of parameters. It's based on William O'Neill's kind of strategy. It finds stocks with EPS and revenue growth, I believe, and and strong uptrends essentially. So FN is one of these, and I can literally just refresh the scan right now if I wanted as well. Let's see what else pops up. Fix is on there. This is a great name as well. It's been on my radar. Yeah, guys, instead of how I trade personally, I mean, I just follow the stocks that are already strong. We do have something called relative performance built into the platform that can find stocks that are outperforming the overall S&P 500 or any index. It's actually super easy. I open the market scanner. It's AI powered, so you can literally just type find stocks with RP greater than 95, so relative performance over 95. And you're just going to get a list. Search through the S&P 100. You just take a look at these three. So again, CAT, I'm sure you guys have seen, has been on an absolute tear. Actually came down a little bit, back up today. We got FedEx, also been on a tear. And you can add your relative performance indicator to the bottom of your chart here. Just type relative performance, add it there. I like to turn the line white so I can see it a little bit easier. And then Intel. See, your Intel has been absolutely killing it ever since I believe the government took a stake in it right over back this way. Relative performance flew up to above the 90s, and ever since then you've been big chilling to hold that. CAT, I mean, you can search through any index you want. So I was saying earlier, XLE is leading. Let's see what's leading XLE. Hold on. What's going on there? Let's type in energy. Here we go. Here's the top energy stocks now. Got a bunch. Let's put it to 99. See, only the top of the top. So we got BE. Somebody asked about BE. I mean, BE has been absolutely killing it. Relative performance outperforming essentially the entire S&P 500. So, if you're looking to get energy exposure, BE, not the worst setup there. What else do we got? MINE. I don't know about this one. This one is interesting. New Era Energy. NESR. NESR is, wow, this one looks great, actually. BAREC. Not sure how this one has an RP of 99 all the way down here, but I guess it does. Let's take this back down to 95, see if we get any names. WWD, this is a great one. Ooh, WWD almost hit a new high today. Yeah, Hula Girl, I'm literally doing that right now. All I do personally is open up the market scanner on TrendSpider, and all I did was type find stocks with relative performance greater than 95. And that's all I do. and then it builds the scan for me, and I type it into energy, or you can type in whatever industry you want, like industrials, S&P industrials. You can do, healthcare sector, large cap, mega cap, micro cap, whatever you like to trade. You can do the S&P healthcare. Then you just rescan it. As you can see, Moderna is the only thing in healthcare, at least in S&P healthcare, that has an RP over 95 relative performance. Yeah, you can do this on industrials. That's where a lot of big names are right now. Let's see the S&P industrials. Again, CAT, GEV. I mean, you hear about these stocks all the time on social media. This is where people are finding them, on scanners like this. CAT, GEV. Been sure you've heard of this one forever. It's been honestly an incredible fucking trade. Look at that, beautiful. FedEx, we just saw that one. HII. All these stocks are leading. So yeah, use TrendSpider. That's pretty much what it comes down to go ahead and scan the markets for these trades. I mean, that's at least what I do. And what a lot of trend followers do, like Mark Minervini, we got Minervini scans in here. Yeah, you can even run that. Like, we actually have some built-in momentum scans, like the CanSlim scan as well. And then also, we have an entire store. Let me show you guys. If you go to here's third-party add-ons. This is our TrendSpider store. We have so much free shit in here for you guys to use. I mean, we have these scanners alone. Oh, whoops. That give you scans that are based on popular traders. You got Minervini scans. You got Weinstein Stage 2 breakout scans. You got the Turtle Traders. You got CanSlim, which I was just showing you guys. You got Peter Lynch scan, Nicholas Darvis, Warren Buffett, Benjamin Graham. All these scans are just built into the platform. You don't even have to build them. You can just click on one and add it to your account. It is completely free. I think I just closed out my platform. Open up my personal platform. But yeah, guys, I've been live for about an hour and a half now, so we're probably going to call it there. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We'll be live for more earnings breakdowns. Scorp Consulting, I would just recommend opening their own webinar. It's technically copyright. I do it sometimes, but it's not something that I'm going to do a lot, because I mean, I can't just stream someone else's stream all the time. We have gotten a couple of copyright things, not really big or bad, but yeah, we just cover the actual numbers usually of what is going on and call it there. But yeah, I'd recommend just, wherever you're seeing that, I can find the link for you guys, ASTSIR. So if you want to see the events that they are doing. March 2nd webcast. So if you guys want to check out the ASTS stuff, there's the link down there in the chat. Go check it out. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe before you head out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.